Hi everyone, my name's Richard McMunn, and in this video presentation I'm going to give you a brilliant answer to the interview question, when have you handled a difficult situation? So please make sure you take notes, watch the video from beginning to end, and then watch it again and take notes on the sample response I'm going to give you. It's a really good response. Okay, just a little quick background about myself. Yeah, warm welcome to this presentation. My name is Richard McMunn. I spent 4 years in the Royal Navy, then 17 years as a firefighter. During that time, I spent a lot of my working career in the recruitment department, creating interview questions and interviewing people like you for jobs. I then left the fire service and I founded the career advice website howtobecome.com. I'm very passionate about helping people get the job of their dreams. I'm an interview coach and a career guidance expert. So I really do hope that this presentation helps you. So let's get into it. When have you handled a difficult situation? It's a real common interview question that comes up a lot, but it's not that easy to answer. Now, let me give you some tips, first of all, before I come on to the actual sample response. Now, the tougher the situation you had to deal with, the better. Okay, so it needs to be a tough situation. You don't want to be saying, okay, the tough situation was that I had to, study for an exam or something. That's not particularly tough. Try to include any of the following in your answer. Try and include like a time constraint when you were under pressure, you didn't have much time to achieve the task. Try and also include someone else's emotions, and that could be like anger, they could be sad, or there could be some kind of conflict, okay? Because it just puts you in a better light and it demonstrates that you have more skills, qualities, and attributes to deal with a situation. And also try and include your ability to adapt and be flexible. So there might be something in the situation that changed and then you had to adapt and be flexible. These kind of things will get you higher marks. You don't have to include all of them in there, but just try and include at least one of them in your response. Now, when you're structuring your response, and this is really important, my advice is to use what's called the STAR technique. So you start off and you explain the situation. What was the situation? Who was involved? And why was the situation difficult? And again, I'll give you a sample response in a second. Then you move on and explain what the task was. What was the task, or what had to be done? What was your end goal? So what did you want to achieve during handling this difficult situation? Then what action did you take? So what action did you take to achieve the end goal? And this needs to be something that you did. And then finally, what was the result following your actions? What was the end result? And obviously the end result always needs to be positive, okay, following your actions, because it puts you in a positive light. So let's have a look now at my sample response to this question, the interview question, when have you handled a difficult situation? Okay, yes, I can. Approximately 3 weeks ago, whilst at work, I overheard a particularly disturbing conversation between two work colleagues. One of the work colleagues was being verbally abusive to the other person. There had already been rumours in the office that the two of them did not get on particularly well, and now it had come to a head in the canteen during a work break. Although the situation was none of my business, I was extremely concerned with some of the abusive comments one of my colleagues was making, and I felt this was not acceptable as it appeared to be bullying in nature. Any form of bullying in the workplace is not acceptable, and I was determined to intervene. My end goal was to seek a resolution to the situation, and in order to achieve this, I would need to speak to them both in private to seek a way forward. First of all, I spoke to the person who was on the receiving end of the verbal abuse. I spoke to her in private and calmly told her that I was aware of the comments the other work colleague had been making. She informed me that she was having issues with him as he had been making unwanted comments towards her about her performance at work, and that she felt uncomfortable in his company. After gathering the information from her, I decided to speak to the man who had been making these comments. I spoke to him in private and calmly explained that I had overheard his comments in the canteen area and that I was not happy with what I had heard. He reacted angrily to me and told me that it was none of my business and that I should keep my nose out of it. I remained calm, spoke in a soft but assertive manner, and told him that his comments were in fact bullying in nature, which were against our company's policy. I went on to inform him that these comments were not just unwelcome by the person they were aimed at, but they were also unwelcome by me too. As soon as I mentioned this to him, his attitude changed. He told me he was finding work stressful and that he felt his work colleague was not pulling her weight. After listening to his concerns, I explained to him that there was perhaps a better way of resolving this issue and that he should seek to build a better relationship with his work colleague and even offer to help her improve her quality of work, as opposed to making abusive and threatening comments. He agreed with my suggestion and apologised to me for his behaviour. I thanked him for being reasonable and suggested he should also apologise to his work colleague and get together with her to find a way forward. I also offered at this stage to mediate the meeting between them, to which he agreed. After the mediation meeting, both work colleagues agreed to work together in a more harmonious manner, and the man promised never to bully or intimidate his work colleague again. Instead, he offered to support her and help her to improve. I felt that by intervening in this situation, I was able to prevent it from deteriorating further and ultimately turned a negative situation into a positive one. So that response to the interview question, when have you handled a difficult situation, is both comprehensive, but it's also specific. What I mean by that, I am telling the interview panel of a situation I've dealt with, a difficult situation, I've handled it well, and I've turned it into a positive situation. I also use the structuring technique of STAR: situation, task, action, result, as you will see. So you can watch this video again. Don't give a generic response to this interview question. What I mean is, if you say to them, well, I would do this in this particular situation, that won't get you very many marks. You have to give a specific situation that you've been in. So try and think of one that you've been in. Like I say, it could be something that's based around a time constraint, or this one where there's an emotion involved, or somebody's doing something wrong, and you see that I dealt with this in a calm manner. Okay, guys, like I said at the beginning, I'm very passionate about helping people pass interviews. So to get more interview help for your dream job, please click the link below the video and it will take you through to my website. I would very, very much appreciate it if you also gave this video a thumbs up if you've liked it. And also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Click the subscribe button here on YouTube and you'll get an email as soon as I create further videos, so you'll be the first to know about them. Also, say hi in the comments box below, and if you'd like me to create a video on any particular kind of interview question, then do let me know and I'll add it to my list. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I wish you all the very best in your pursuit to passing your interview.